This video is a follow-up from this previous video about supplements I did. I'm going to be linking it in the cards, and it's going to be in the description box below and at the end of this video. In today's video, I'm going to be clarifying exactly how to take these supplements. Especially, you will benefit from this video if you are a very heavy caffeine drinker like I am, or you are a smoker and you are taking all of these supplements but you are not seeing the results that you wish to see in your blood tests, in your hair health, and in your overall well-being. By the end of this video, you will understand exactly the blueprint and how to take these supplements, exactly when to take them, how to get the maximum benefits from these supplements without changing the brands, without changing the supplements, and without buying anything new. So make sure you stay until the end. Grab a paper and a pencil and make sure you start writing things down. Although it's going to be, all the instructions are going to be listed in the description box below, but I will highly recommend that you take a piece of paper and a pen and write these things down and keep them, paste them on your fridge or anywhere where you can see them, that you take your supplements. If you take your supplements in the kitchen, put it in the kitchen. If you take your supplements in the dining room, put it in the dining room. Or if you take your supplements in your bedroom, then paste this paper in your bedroom, because this video is going to be highly beneficial for you in how to maximize these supplements. All right, let's get started. So in this previous video, I spoke about some supplements that you don't need for targeted hair growth, because there are no such thing as supplements for hair growth. What these supplements are usually is they are mass produced in ingredients that you need for everyday life. For example, vitamin D3, omega-3, iron, vitamin C, potassium, selenium. These ingredients you already need in your everyday life. Either you can take them individually or you can take them as a multivitamin, but you do not need targeted hair supplements. All right, now let's move on. So if you are taking omega-3, B complex, iron, iodine, magnesium, then here is what you are going to do, especially if you are a heavy caffeine drinker like I am. I have coffee at least 3 to 4 times a day. So it is a very big challenge to work around those caffeine times with these supplements, because these supplements are not allowed to be taken with each other. They cancel each other out. And they're also not allowed, you cannot take it with milk, you cannot take it with caffeine like tea or coffee or green tea. So this is a challenge, and I have worked around this challenge, and that is what I'm going to explain to you right now. So make sure you are looking on the screen, because I'll be putting everything on the screen, and start writing things down. So I'm going to talk about first what you should not take with each supplement. So omega-3 do not take with vitamin A, D, E, and K. Iron do not take with calcium, magnesium, coffee, or milk. Iodine do not take with iron, zinc, or calcium. Okay, so now what should you do? So for example, you wake up early morning at 7 o'clock and you have your coffee. So at 7 o'clock, when you wake up and you have your coffee instantly, then after 2 hours, so let's say you head to work and you reach work. If you go to work physically, you reach work around 8:59 a.m. That is when you are going to take your absorbable B complex and iron. And then at around lunch, which is at 12 o'clock, you're going to have your coffee and you're going to have your meal. So after you finish your coffee and your meal, you're going to wait at least 45 minutes, which you can take at your desk, or if you work from home, then obviously it's easier for you. You are going to take your vitamin D plus K2, vitamin A, omega-3 multivitamin, and all-in-one magnesium. Either you can take your all-in-one magnesium, but if you're taking magnesium glycinate for sleep, then you're going to take that at night. Now, the same thing goes with smokers. So if you're smoking during your lunch break at 12 p.m., you're going to have to wait at least 45 minutes to 1 hour to take these supplements. And then at nighttime, when you take your specific targeted supplements for hair, such as pumpkin seed oil or saw palmetto, then you can take those at night. But again, do not have tea or coffee with it, and do not smoke around it. So you always have to wait 1 hour before or 1 hour after. Now, because these supplements can be paired in big chunks, it is highly recommended that when you take vitamin D and K2, you also take vitamin A, omega-3 multivitamin, and all-in-one magnesium with it, because these go along together very well. When you take iron, you're going to take iron with lactoferrin, especially after you have done your iron studies. I'm going to put my iron studies on the screen right now so you can see exactly the investigations that I am doing before I'm actually recommending these supplements to you, and before I actually recommend this blueprint to you, because I do not believe in random advice on the internet. This is a very specialized channel where we do investigations first. I try it on myself first, and then I will let you know. So here you can see my iron studies on the screen. You're going to see my white blood cells are extremely high. My lymphocytes are extremely high. So we are doing further studies about that, on what is exactly going on in my body for those to be high. But if you look at my iron markers, you will see all of them are very low. My iron storage is low, but my iron is also not being used, which is 11%. So with that, you are going to take iron and lactoferrin at bedtime. Now, what is lactoferrin going to do is, when you take iron, lactoferrin is going to take that, it's going to bind to the protein and take that and use it. Because what some people are experiencing is they have high levels of ferritin, for example 135, 140, but that storage is not being used, so their TSAT markers are very, very low. And what that means is your body is not actually using that storage. It's just like the piggy bank. You're constantly putting money in the piggy bank, but you are not taking that money to invest it somewhere. So that money is just collecting, but it is not doing anything for you. It's useless for you. Similarly, the same thing is happening with your iron. When you are taking these iron capsules, they are not being used anywhere. It's just storage. It's sitting there. And this is why you are losing large quantities of hair in a very short period of time, and you're losing it in chunks. So when you first fix this, whether you are a man or a female, it doesn't matter, because men are also deficient in iron. And a lot of men are deficient in iron. Actually, my both nephews, who are 11 years old and 9 years old, they're both deficient in iron. So it is very possible for a male and a female to be deficient in iron. So first, get your iron studies done. I will put on the screen what your requisition should look like. It should say iron studies. Speak with your doctor. Be friends with your doctor. Your doctor should be your best friend. Okay, you need to have a good relationship with your doctor, because once you have a good relationship with your doctor will go to any extent to do further investigations for you. Recently, when my doctor saw my white blood cells are really high, my lymphocytes are really high, she gave me 8 more tests to do further investigations without me having to ask for them. This is the kind of relationship you need to have with your doctor. So speak with your doctor, get your iron studies done, and then come back to this video and then decide if you actually need lactoferrin. Because lactoferrin, not everybody needs. If your iron is being stored and it's being used, so it has to be above 20%. Okay, I'll show you the numbers here. It has to be above 20%. If your numbers are above 20%, that means you do not need lactoferrin. That means your body is storing and using the iron levels very, very efficiently. In that case, what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to rule out, are you deficient in vitamin D? Are you eating foods that are causing inflammation to your scalp? Because always remember this one thing. When you are eating deep fried foods, when you're eating foods that have white flour, when you are eating foods that have high amounts of white sugar, the first thing that is going to get inflamed is your scalp. So for a lot of people, their gut gets inflamed, their intestines get inflamed. It's called celiac disease. And that's when you have a lot of pain in your gut and you have pain while you go to the bathroom. But when people do not have that, for example, myself, I have inflammation in the scalp. Every time I will eat any food that is deep fried or that is white or high quantities of sugar, my scalp will get inflamed. I will start to have pimples in my scalp. I will have acne in my scalp, and it will hurt so much that I won't be able to put my head on my pillow to even sleep. And then in that case, I have to do turmeric hair packs every single day for 7 days until that inflammation calms down. So you need to rule out exactly what is going on in your body and what is causing that hair loss. Remember, your body doesn't need high quantities of biotin, but your body is deficient in zinc. We all are deficient in zinc. So make sure you are having a zinc tincture every single day with either juice or a piece of fruit. And the reason for that is because that juice or piece of fruit molecules are going to take that zinc and they're going to take it, and it will travel to all the cells in the body that it needs to for it to work. If you take zinc on its own just with water, it will not work. It will not take the right delivery form, and it will not perform the same way as it would if you took it with a piece of fruit or you took it with some juice. You just need one shot of juice, 2 dropperfuls of zinc tincture, and just drink it. When you start doing that, you will notice in between 7 to 14 days, your hair quality, your how much hair fall you have, it will lessen over time. In 14 days, you will realize how quickly this works, and you will realize that you were actually deficient in zinc. Now at the end, I'm going to talk about iodine. There are a lot of people on social media who show to take iodine in water. They take it 1 drop full, put it in this much water, two shots of water, and drink it. But that's what I do not recommend you do. The best way to use glucose iodine, is to apply it on the inside of your arm. When you apply it at the inside of your arm, apply it at nighttime. Okay, it has to be before going to bed. In the morning, when you wake up and the mark is no longer there, the iodine mark is not there, it's completely gone, that means your body is deficient in iodine. And that means you should use iodine inside of your arm every single day until the day where you wake up the next morning and the mark is still there. If the mark of iodine is still there on the inside of your arm, that means your body has had enough iodine and that you should now stop. First, work on these deficiencies in your body before actually going through external factors or adding in more supplements. Let's just fix the supplements that you already take. Let's fix their framework, let's fix their timing, and let's fix how we are combining them, because not every supplement goes along with every supplement. So like I said, I will make sure that I will write the combinations below. If you have missed what I put on the screen and if you did not take notes on what I said, it will be in the description box below. Make sure you check that, write it down, and keep it with you in your home where you take your supplements. And take your supplements correctly. Start taking your supplements correctly today and see what date you are watching this video at. And then after 30 days, I want you to come back to this video and we're going to tell me in the comments down below, how do you feel now? Do you feel any different? How is your hair health now? Are you losing less hair or are you losing more hair? Because if you are suffering from androgenetic alopecia, if you're suffering from scarring alopecia, lichen planus, male pattern baldness, diffuse thinning, then obviously these supplements will not help those cases. Then you will have to do other things, to use topical things to fix that. And I have mentioned about that in this video as well. It's the Miracle Locks hair duo. But let's take one step at a time. Let's fix your deficiencies first. Let's take the proper supplements first in the proper form, in the proper combination, and then let's work from there. Don't do too many things at one time. Otherwise, you're going to get overwhelmed and you are going to give up on your hair journey. And that is the last thing I want for you.